let's just dive right in. The noise around AI is, well, it's deafening, isn't it? It promises to change literally everything about how we work. But if you cut through all that hype, what are the practical truths that are actually going to matter for professionals in 2025? Well, today, we're going to find them.
I mean, you feel it every single day. There's a new tool, a new article, a new promise. The pressure to get AI into your workflow is just massive. But the real actionable advice? It feels like it's buried. It's so easy to feel like you're falling behind if you're not using it 24/7.
And that's the real question, right? It's not just about using AI, it's about using it in a way that actually moves the needle. So, we dug through dozens of reports to find the key differentiators, the surprising truths that take a professional from just, operating a tool to becoming a true AI strategist. So here's our game plan. We're going to start by exposing a really popular but kind of dangerous trap. Then, we'll get into the skills you actually need, redefine that human-AI partnership, see how it's shaking up your whole team, and finally, uncover the single most important skill of all. First up, let's talk about this really seductive idea that's been making the rounds, the so-called magic of vibe coding.
You've probably heard of this. The term was really popularized by Andrej Karpathy, and it describes this amazing-sounding process where you just talk to an AI. You describe what you want, and poof, it builds a working prototype. It feels like the ultimate shortcut, right? From idea to reality in minutes.
And look, for quick brainstorming sessions, it's awesome. But here's the trap. When you try to use this approach for anything more complex, anything data-heavy, the reality is you usually end up with prototypes that are just fragile. They're full of bugs and built on a foundation of pure guesswork.
This is the perfect analogy for it. One source called this the lopsided horse problem. You know that meme, right? Where the front half of the horse is this beautiful detailed drawing and the back half is a mess? Well, that's vibe coding without a plan. The user interface might look slick, but the structure underneath, it's a total disaster waiting to happen.
And this quote just nails it. The problem is that the AI was forced to guess because it was never given a solid blueprint. It's like telling a builder to construct a house one sentence at a time without ever showing them the architectural plans. For any serious work, that kind of ambiguity isn't just a small problem, it's fatal. Okay, so if just vibing with an AI isn't the answer, what is? Well, that leads us right to our second truth. The answer is in learning to speak its language, not with casual conversation, but with structure.
This is such a big one. It is so easy to blame the AI when it gives you a generic, kind of useless response. But what the pros know is that most of the time, the problem isn't the technology, it's the instruction we give it. A weak prompt is always going to lead to a weak output. And the skill to fix this? It's called prompt engineering. And it's not some mystical art, it's a real discipline. It's all about moving beyond simple questions and using a structured approach to tell the AI exactly what you need, how you need it, and all the rules it needs to follow.
And this is where the pros really pull away from the pack. They don't just wing it, they use established frameworks like the ones you see here. Think of them as recipes for a good result. You might use RACE to give the AI a clear role and context, or the CoStar framework to really nail down the exact style, tone, and format you're looking for. These are the blueprints for a great prompt, and they are the secret to getting consistent, high-quality results. So that brings us right to our third truth. Once you're speaking the language, what does that day-to-day partnership actually look like? The key here is to think of AI as a co-pilot that assists you, not an autopilot that takes over completely. I absolutely love this quote from a UX professional in a recent study. It just captures the dynamic perfectly. The human, that's you, is the navigator. You're setting the direction, making the critical calls, and providing the strategic oversight. The AI, it's the intern. It's brilliant at executing tasks, but it needs clear, specific guidance. In the real world, this usually breaks down into a 4-stage workflow. And just look at where the human is absolutely essential. Right at the very beginning, framing the problem and setting the intent. And then again at the very end, debugging, verifying, and giving that final sign-off. The AI is the powerhouse in the middle, the generation phase. So the bottom line is this: no matter how powerful the AI gets, accountability does not get outsourced. Professionals who are really effective with AI understand that the final responsibility for the quality, the accuracy, and the impact of the work, that stays firmly on their shoulders. Okay, now let's zoom out a bit, from just you to your whole team. Because the fourth truth is that AI isn't just some personal productivity tool,
It's a force that is actively reshaping how our teams work together.
What we're seeing is that those traditional siloed roles are just blurring. A designer can now prototype with code. A product manager can generate amazing marketing copy. This also creates new tensions, especially between junior staff who might get a little too reliant on AI and senior staff who are, a bit more skeptical. The AI itself is basically becoming a new kind of team member we have to manage.
And what that means is the skills that matter are changing. We have to unlearn our obsession with pixel-perfect execution and those rigid, step-by-step handoffs. And in their place, we have to learn the higher-level skills of the future. Framing the right problems, critically evaluating what the AI gives us, orchestrating these complex new workflows, and just having enough literacy to guide that intern. This brings us to our fifth and final truth. And honestly, this is the one that sits on top of all the others. This is the ultimate differentiator between an operator and a true strategist in the age of AI.
Think about it. In a world where pretty much anyone can execute a task with a simple prompt, the real value has to shift upward. The most critical work isn't the how anymore, as in, how do I make the AI do this? The real value is in defining the what, and more importantly, the why.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. The operator is focused on the mechanics, on execution. But the strategist is focused on the intent. They're the navigator. They're asking the bigger questions. Are we even solving the right problem here? Is this the smartest way to solve it? That is where human expertise and strategic vision become absolutely irreplaceable. You see, making that leap from operator to strategist isn't about mastering one tool. It's about embracing a whole new mindset. It's about avoiding that vibe coding trap, speaking the language of frameworks, being a co-pilot, adapting to team changes, and most importantly, always owning the intent. So the real question is, now that you know this, how are you going to use these truths